Hey there, my lovelies, and welcome to my booktube channel, The Sassy Library Fox. My name is V, and today I'm going to talk about my May to be read. And the two books that made it on my May to be read are those two. I don't know if you heard about them already. I'm pretty certain you've heard about that one. Not all too sure about that one, but I guess we'll find out and see. So the first book I'm going to read in May is Caraval. I hope I pronounced it right. I actually don't know how you pronounce it. Caraval? Caraval? Well, I don't know. If any one of you knows, please tell me in the comments and let me know. And this book has been all over my feed for months, a couple of, I don't know, I think it must be years already. A lot of people read it when it came out, and of course I'm one of those people that didn't read it when it came out because I'm a snail and I'm always very, very, very slow when it comes to reading the in-books. So I'm reading this now, and it's on my to be read 2021. And I really don't know a lot about this one. I know there have been quite the mixed reviews about it. A lot of people didn't like it and others did. So I think it's about 50-50 if people loved it or not. So I'm pretty curious about it. I think, or I remember, that it's some sort of the night circus kind of tale. And apparently it's about two sisters named Scarlett and Stella that want to be a part of a show. And well, before I try to understand what this book is actually about, I probably better read the blurb on the back. So it says, Scarlett and Stella have never left the tiny isle of Trista, pining from afar from the wonder of Caraval, a once-a-year week-long performance where the audience participates in the show. Caraval is magic, mystery, adventure. When the sisters' long-awaited invitations finally arrive, it seems their dreams have come true. But no sooner have they arrived than Stella vanishes, kidnapped by the showmaster's mind organizer, Legend. Oh, I think I already like Legend. Scarlett has been told that everything that happens during Caraval is an elaborate performance, but she quickly becomes entangled in a dangerous game of love, magic, and heartbreak. And real or not, she must find Stella before the game is over and her sister disappears forever. Okay, that sounds like the stakes are pretty high in here. And I'm really curious about this now because I absolutely loved the Night Circus. And if this is along the lines of the Night Circus, I'm so down for it. It already sounds pretty mysterious and intriguing. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be an adventurous read. It sounds like it might be pretty, I don't know, stressful. But every once in a while, you gotta read books like that. So this is really interesting. I'm curious. I'm pretty sure Stella and Scarlett will have a lot of interest in here as well. And I think this was supposed to be a standalone, but I saw that there are, I don't know, book 2 and 3 out already, so I guess it's become a series. I always thought this is a standalone. Apparently it's not. Shame on me. And well, that's Caraval by Stephanie Garber, and I'm definitely going to read this in May. This said, I'm already coming to the second book I want to read. It's Cress by Marissa Meyer. And it's already the third book in the Lunar Chronicles series. I already read Cinder and Scarlet, and I loved both of them. They were pretty amazing. I mean, where else do you get fairy tales mixed with modern technology? I mean, Cinder is a cyborg. So that's a really refreshing and nice take on fairy tales. And Scarlet, obviously, was the tale about Little Red Riding Hood and her love interest. So I wonder what Cress is about. I think it might be some sort of Rapunzel story. Do you know Rapunzel? I don't know what it's called in English. Is it Rapunzel in English as well? Let me know, please. I'm curious about that. So the first book was about Cinder and Prince Kai. And Cinder found out a lot of things in the first book, and we got a lot of world building in the first book. We heard about the pandemic that's going on Earth, and it sounds pretty familiar with a pandemic going on here right now too. So if you're sensitive to such topics, I wouldn't recommend to read books like that at the moment. I mean, the pandemic is part of this book, but it's not the main part, so you should actually be safe, but you'll be warned if you're pretty sensitive to those kind of topics in the COVID times. And the second book was about Scarlet and Wolf and how they met and about Scarlet's grandmother and her secrets. So I don't want to spoil anything here, but it was pretty interesting as well. So far I liked Cinder more. I've been told, and a lot of people told me this, that Cress is the best book in the entire series. So I'm really curious if this holds true, and if I say yes, it is the best book in the series. I think I just have to find out by reading it. And as for what it is about, Cress grew up as a prisoner with only net screens for company. She's forced to do the bidding of the evil Queen Levana. I hate Lavanda. Now that means tracking down Cinder and her handsome accomplice Emperor Kai. But little does Queen Levana know that those she seeks and the man she loves are plotting her downfall. As paths cross and the price of freedom rises, happily ever after has never seemed further away for Cress, Scarlet and Cinder. So, that already sounds pretty dangerous. And I think I remember Cress being mentioned in the first book. She was that girl on the computer that informed Cinder about certain things. Not going to spoil here. And, well, I'm pretty curious if this is going to be as great as everyone says it is. So far, my favorite characters are actually Cinder, and I think Wolf is pretty intriguing, but I love Prince Kai more. Thorn was an interesting character, to say it, and I think he might be the love interest of Cress, because obviously Cinder and Scarlet already have the love interest, so Thorn has to be with someone else, and he was already introduced in the second book, so I think Cress and Thorn might become a thing. I'm only speculating here though, so feel free to correct me, or I correct myself while I read this. And, well, it's definitely some sort of Rapunzel story. I have no idea if Rapunzel is Rapunzel in English as well, or if you have a different name for her. But I guess I'll find out if you write it down in the comments. So thanks in advance. So those were the two books I wanted to read in May. And I'm pretty certain I'll actually read them, because apparently to make videos about the books I want to read actually helps me to read them. So that's quite amazing. I mean, I always figured to write it on my blog would help, but obviously videos help even more. And this said, I'm already at the ending of my video. Thank you for watching this video, thank you for subscribing, for liking my videos, for always coming back to see the new stuff I put out there. And there's nothing left to say. Take care, stay healthy and safe, and bye!